Wow, look at this, man. Studio light. This is crazy. Hey guys, we're back in this new studio light mode that I just found out on OBS. And I think, like the light is popping up. It's like good quality now. So I'm real happy with this new technology. And yeah, today it was basically the same thing as yesterday, but yesterday I worked on computer science for like 4 hours straight. Today I worked on it like almost 5 hours since I had more time. And you know how it feels when you put in so much hours into one thing that you want to get good at? For me, which is programming. It just feels so amazing, man. It feels way productive and way fulfilling than before. Like I feel like I've wasted so much time. I should have started this long like years ago when I had so much time to myself. But instead, I was wasting it on watching YouTube, watching contents, doing nothing, sleeping, taking a nap. Just relaxing in my own bed and on my own couch. It was just, I want those hours back. I want those all my time I spent wasting on my couch back right now. And like, just thinking of it's just been like a whole week. It's only been like 3 days where I've actually put so much effort into learning how to code, not just like an hour per day. That's so lame. Hour per day, 1 hour per day is like you're not. It's gonna take so many years to get better, but when you put more volume each single day, 4 hours, 5 hours per day, it just makes you like. I think I've learned so many things all at once, and it's low-key kind of hard to process everything all at once, but just learning different things and progressing, not just taking small steps, but taking big leaps every single day. It makes you feel so much better, and I love working hard. Like I feel more happy. I feel way more fulfilled and satisfied with where I am when I actually put in that work every single day. I create at least 2 hours of focus session of learning programming, and it just feels amazing. I did that for 2 3 days. Today's Wednesday, so yeah, I worked on programming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I at least put 3 hours per day, I think. I use the Pomodoro technique. So on YouTube, if you want to focus, if you want a real nice focus session, just go on YouTube, search for Pomodoro. I usually go on the 3 hours or 4 hours, um, like long video where they go through 50 minutes of deep focus session and a 10-minute break, 15-minute, just times three. So 15-minute work and a 10-minute break. You just do that for 3 times. And those breaks really help you because if you look at the studies, and it's actually like part of psychology where when you learn something, the best way for you to retain those information is actually to take a break and let your mind reset. And that's like that processes all the information in your brain that allows you to kind of consolidate all the information that you just took in. So take good breaks, like actually like learning things. I felt like school doesn't really teach you different ways to learn. It doesn't really teach you how to learn. It just tells you all these different random information and tells you to remember it. If you learn it, you get a good grade. You know, I think it's really stupid. Like it's really a lot like a waste of time. You waste so much time learning all these different things that's not relevant to you, and you're supposed to remember it for the test. But once the test is over, once the class is over, you don't. You're not gonna remember anything. So a lot of people say like you only remember 5% of like 95% of the things you learn in school you're never gonna use in life. And that's so stupid because what school should be teaching is how to socialize, how to communicate, how to articulate your thoughts clearly, how to go out for opportunities, how to send proper emails, how to DM people, how to, outreach different networks of people. I think those are way more, way much more, you know, practical in life than like everything you learn in high school and everything you learn in middle school. School should be teaching all of that. School should be teaching how to communicate well, not just learn how to read and write. I mean, reading and writing is important, but in this society, like what's more important for you is to actually learn how to learn, how to find the right mentors, how to find the people you want to, they have something like a different skill or things that you don't have, and how to ask for those skills, how to ask these people to mentor you, to teach you something. That's what school should be teaching. Modern education. And then with that foundation, you can learn more technical skills, because it's that the passion to learn is coming from you. When you learn how to learn, then you want to learn other things, different things, right? When you learn how to learn, like you get the foundation skills right, which is asking the right person to mentor you, asking the right people to coach you, and asking what to learn, like how do I learn step by step. And that's so effective because the main drive is coming from yourself. The main drive of learning is not to get good grades. You're not living just to get good grades. You're living for yourself. And once you get that transition right, that you're not just doing things just for the grades don't mean anything. In 10 years into adulthood, you're not going to care about grades. You're not going to care about what degree a person has. You care about what they make, what they produce as a living, how much they make, what kind of character they have. You know, they don't care about grades, man. People don't care about grades when you're an adult. And it's so stupid because halfway through your 20s, you have to get good grades to earn a degree, to earn bachelor's or master's or PhD. And if you want to get into like real technical skills like doctors, lawyers, definitely you should go to college and learn that stuff. But when you don't know what to do, I think it's totally fine to just focus on one single skill and master it. Just become good at it as best of the effort you can get. Like just give that all your effort. And that's the way to get better in life in general. And like it took so long for me to realize, to get this point where you just have to focus on one thing to become actually good at something, not just get better at one thing compared to all the people in school. I might be better in guitar, I might be better at coding, or I might be better at something, something that I've been doing for just a little bit more than average people. But that's like you're comparing yourself to such a small circle. But when you look around the world, there's thousands of people that are better than you in coding or in guitar or just in like things in general, life in general. Better communicator, better thinker, better athlete. There's always people that are above you, better than you. And so for someone to become great, phenomenal, they have to put much more work. Like I've talked about this yesterday too, but now I want to like re-emphasize this again because I'm feeling it right now. To get good at something, you really want to spend at least 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours, you get to a threshold where you become kind of like between intermediate and kind of like elite class. But that's only still at the bottom of the pyramid when you look at, the whole spectrum. Beginners, they don't know anything. Like they have zero knowledge. That's not who you're competing with. You're competing against people that have been putting hours and hours into a certain skill where they mastered it and where they're better than like 99% of the people. Same thing goes to the gym too. You know, I heard this, there's like a statistics where if you can bench 2 plates, you're top 10% of the population in terms of like physical strength bench press. And I thought that makes sense because when you're bench pressing, you're not really competing against all the average guys. You're competing against yourself, but you're also looking up. You know, there's always people that are benching more than you. 3 plates, 4 plates, like the bar is so high. And to become the best, it takes lifelong dedication. It's crazy. And so me at this point, like I kind of regret, like I should have started, I should just focused on one thing and get specifically good at that thing. And when you get good at something, you can teach someone. And when you teach someone, you can make money. So there you go. Like that's one way to make money. You know, you learn one single skill that not a lot of people have. And you just teach it. It's not to say I'm not trying to do that right now because I don't really have a single skill that's better than like 99% of people. I just started out coding like a month ago. I've been was like it was in school. I've been learning coding. I've learned a couple of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all the beginner stuff. All the easy beginner stuff. And then now I'm like kind of taking it seriously so that I can make some money out of it. It's only been a month. And I admit like I made pretty good progress on it the last couple weeks. But it just started. I'm only still a beginner. I'm still a beginner, so you know, it's nice to feel like it's nice to see the progress. It's nice to see the development of yourself, but you know, just think of everything in long term. That's one big lesson that I've learned. I only look at things in such a small, like, short term that I get distracted by so many different things in life. Like, you know, the prom is coming up, the dance is coming up, graduation is coming up, college, you know, moving dorms in college is coming up. Was in this whole entire year. That's why, and I still don't know where I'm going. That's why I felt so lost. I felt super anxious because I didn't know where to go. I was only looking at life in this small, you know, short duration of like half a year, like 6 months. In that 6 month, I can be stacking up skills in coding and AI automation, doing stuff like I could start a business myself and serve people and make some like systems or automation or apps for different people, and that can make a lot of money, I think. And so it really, like, I'm glad that I came to this point where I'm like transitioning from a kid, like how a teenage student would operate in a day, to how like a professional, you know, worker or a builder or developer would think, you know, how an adult would think. A lot of my friends, they still like hang out, do stuff, enjoying their senior life in high school. And I think that's totally fine. But for me, what I want is I want to step up in life. And that I feel like that brings me more joy than just casual hangouts. And like for example, like going fishing, going, you know, going to the beach, going hanging around like going to the malls and doing some shopping. Like I feel like you can enjoy all of that, but shopping, for example, you can enjoy it when you have more money. When you're broke, shopping is just, oh my gosh, everything is so expensive. Why am I here? You know, why am I here if I'm not gonna buy anything? Why am I just hanging around? Because I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm fucking broke. I only got a couple $1,000s in my bank account. Why am I trying to buy all these different things? I don't even. I gotta start earning more. It's so stupid. Like how so many teenagers like to go shopping. Like so many girls like to go shopping. That's what they want to do. They just want to go shopping, go get some matcha, some performative, take it, you know, scratch those performative side of themselves. Like it's so, I don't know, just my pure opinion, but like same thing as like learning certain skills. Like I want to get good at surfing. I want to get good at something. But for me to actually learn a skill, you need to have time and you need to have commitment. You need to have a coach in everything. You need to have like a clear lesson. And I always thought that I could just do everything all at once. And I said this yesterday too, but you should only focus on one to max like two, three things at the same time. But like the more you focus on one thing, the better you will get, the quicker you will get better at it too. And so it's kind of it's better to just focus on one thing and have like two, maybe like sub quest, maybe, you know, submissions where you can just, for me, like my main focus right now is coding, and then for the other like side quests, basically I'm working on guitar and I'm working on BJJ and filming. Well, filming is basically kind of like my documenting my journal and a place to practice my speech skills. So this is kind of like an exceptional and exception. This is kind of like an exception. I'm just trying to, you know, just let go of my own thoughts, just say it out loud, and build my personal brand. Like by doing this, I get repetition, and by the time, like, just keep doing this for years and years till till I become good at this one skill. Kind of like an investment. This is basically an investment to my future self, so that I can start documenting my life better. And I always had this desire to becoming like a vlogger, like a just documenting life on YouTube and doing things, taking videos of myself talking to the camera, because I always wanted to stand in front of the camera and talk to the mic. That's what I dreamed of doing, and I'm practicing it right now, and honestly, like, I'm enjoying it right now. At this point, like, I don't really feel that much pressure to talking in front of the camera. Like, just being more natural of yourself, being authentic, you know. So anyways, I think the lesson is just focus on one thing and do it for a long time. Just put in a lot of volume. Same lesson as yesterday, but it really hits you hard when you actually do the work throughout the day. And it's crazy. Like, before me, I used to think whenever I had a full day of, like, whenever I had free time, I always felt like I need to hang out with someone. I need to do something with someone. But I realized that only applies when that other person share the same values or same goals, or trying to achieve something, trying to build something together. That's when I actually spend time with that person, I get so much energy. But if I like force a hangout with someone who really doesn't really share much values and share a goal, or doesn't have, like, it's not like really ambitious or not disciplined enough, like, there's certain level of respect that I need to have in order for me to really hang out together, like spend time together and actually enjoy the time and feel the growth. If you know what I mean. Like, I just have a lot of high standards to what I want, to what I can do. And that's why like I start to feel more tolerant to myself for spending a whole day just working on my thing, just doing the things that I want to do and what that leads me to where I want to be. And so I don't really have to force a hangout. I've been forcing hangouts a lot, and honestly, like those hangouts, my FOMO is goes away when I'm hanging out with someone. I just feel like, oh, I'm hanging out with this person, so at least I'm not alone. It's okay to be alone, dude. There's nothing wrong with being alone. Like, you're not really lonely. You're just being alone and working on things that you want to accomplish. And as you go through life, like, you're gonna find people that share the same values and the same goals that you want to achieve. You'll be going through friendly competitions, and you'll be growing together, learning from each other. It's just that right now is not the time where those people aren't around you. So it's totally okay to be alone. It's totally okay to just not to be included. Like, if a group of, like, if a social group goes through a lot of dramas or like things that you don't really want to care about, it's okay to just distance away and just focus on what your thing. People might care. Like, those people that care are really kind and really wholehearted, and they're good people. But what matters is what you have to get what you want in life, and that's how you should go through in life. At this point of, like, at this stage of my life, like, the best thing I could be doing is investing myself, investing on my skills and my future. And I'm really enjoying the process right now. I love putting in that hard work every single day. 4 hours, 5 hours, who cares? That's how much time. That's how long people in Japan or Korea or like China, when they're trying to get into like the top tier university, that's how long they study every single day. They study even longer, like 7 hours, 8 hours. I don't know if that's practical, but that's how much effort they put every single day, from like freshman, not freshman, like sophomore, junior years of high school. And so compared to that, like 4 hours, 5 hours with coding is nothing too bad. And if I can maintain that every single day, then that'll be the best. It's just that how I can balance it with like jujitsu training, going to the gym, playing guitar. How can I balance that? So the main focus should be coding first. And school, I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. I'm just talking so much today, but it's been a nice talk today. I really enjoyed talking today because I had a full day, and I really love sharing my my thoughts on how what the best day would be like. And it's kind of like, if you just do the work, if you fulfill all your work, then that's the best day. It's another great day today. And I'm really grateful for this environment where I can just focus on what I want to do and for me to get better in life. So, without a further ado, I'm just gonna end this video with a peace out. See you guys tomorrow.